Do you want to make your designs in Photopea instantly stand out with a professional touch? There is one simple trick that lets you place an image inside text or any shape, and it's called a clipping mask. If you have ever seen a word filled with a water photo or a logo that's textured with an image, that's exactly what we are about to create together. And it only takes a few steps. So let's get started. First, think of a base for your design. In Photopea, that usually means text or a shape. For this example, let's use a word. I will start by creating a new project with a transparent background. Then, using the text tool, I will type the word hello in all caps. To make sure it's nice and bold, I will choose a strong typeface. Anton is a great option here. It's modern, blocky, and leaves plenty of space for the photo to shine through. Now, before we move forwards, it's worth talking about why font choice matters so much. Thin or delicate fonts don't give your image enough room to show. You will end up with tiny slivers of the picture peeking through. A bold font, on the other hand, captures more of the image inside the letters, which makes the effect much more impressive. With my text in place, I will scale it up so it fits the canvas better. The quickest way to do that is by turning on transform controls at the top, clipping on the edges of the text box, and dragging outward until it looks right. I will also center it on the page, both horizontally and vertically, so everything is lined up perfectly. Now, here is an optional but really useful tweak. Over on the right side, under the character panels, you will find a setting called vertical scale. If I boost that up to 120%, the letters stretch just a little taller. This subtle change makes the design feel bigger and gives the photo more space to breathe inside the word. Again, you can customize this however you like. Photopea gives you a lot of flexibility. With the text ready, it's time to bring in the photo. Go up to the File menu, choose Open and Place, and select an image from your computer. For this example, let's use an underwater picture. When you place the image, Photopea adds it as a new layer above or below your text, depending on what you had selected. But here is a quick trick. To line things up better, I will drag my text layer above the image and lower the opacity. By making the text a bit see-through, I can see exactly which part of the photo I want showing inside the letters. Once you are happy, you should set the text back to 100% opacity. And now it's time to applying the clipping mask. All you need to do is to make sure the photo layer is sitting direct above the text layer. Then right-click on the photo layer and select clipping mask. Instantly, the photo is cut to fit inside the shape of your text. Every letter is now filled with the image. At this point, you can still move the photo around inside the text. Just select the image layer, drag it around, resize it, or rotate it until it looks perfect. The mask updates in real time. So, what about the background? That's up to you. A plain white background works well for clean professional designs, especially if you plan to print. A black background creates bold contrast and makes the letters pop. Or you can choose a color that complements the image: blue for a sky photo, green for nature, red for something dramatic. And if you want to place this design over another project, like a poster or a website banner, you can leave the transparent background. Just remember to save your file as PNG so the transparency is preserved. Now, let's pause for a moment. Why does this work so smoothly? The clip-in mask feature in Photopea is essentially telling the software, only show the parts of the photo that overlap with the layers beneath it. That's why it works with text, shapes, or even other complex graphics. You can create amazing layer design without having to cut or erase anything manually. And here is a bonus tip. You are not limited to single clipping mask. You can stack multiple shapes and apply the same effect or even add adjustment layers like brightness, contrast, or colors filters and clip those too. That way, the edits only apply inside your text without changing the rest of the project. By now, you have created your first clipping mask in Photopea. You have seen how to set up the next, choose the right font, bring in an image, apply the mask, and customize the background. Not only you know the steps, but you also understand why each choice, like font thickness or background color, makes such a big difference in the final look.